say about our next inductee. He gave over 30 years to professional wrestling. The wars that the Beast has had with the likes of Billy Bob, Harsh, Izzy Blackwell, and others were the stuff of legend. There is not a town that the Beast wrestled in that does not remember him. Hopefully in good ways. As I was studying for my role today, I've also learned that the Beast, despite all of his wild antics, is also a great singer and a huge fan of Tom Jones. Now, when you look at the career of the Beast, one thing is for certain. He has most definitely left his mark on the history of independent professional wrestling here in St. Louis. Here to induct Mr. Beast, or the Beast, in the Independent St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame is his longtime manager and dear friend, Mr. GQ.
You know, I had so much more to say, but Luke Roberts' speech is still going on from last year, so we had to have a lot of time cut for this. And because there's a lot of people here that probably shouldn't hear some of the stories, we had to really cut out a lot of that. So we won't talk about scorpions or hot tubs here. So here we go. If you ever felt the ground shake in St. Louis, it was probably the Beast entering the ring. We traveled together off and on for almost 27 years, and let me tell you, traveling with him wasn't just a trip, it was an experience. We went through cities, small towns, and places we probably had no business being in. And everywhere we went, he taught you something. Not just how to pick up people with Tom Jones, or how to survive getting stabbed with a fork at a buffet, but he taught you the business. He taught you how to survive the road, how to be professional, how to read a crowd, and how to get better. A lot of people in this business had the Beast to thank for who they became, because he wasn't just a wrestler, he was a mentor and a teacher. He was Uncle Beast or brother to some. He didn't just fight opponents, he fought barriers. We dealt with both sides of racism on the road, but we drew our lines together, whether it was being a little uneasy as a group of bikers walked up to the car. Luckily they were expecting us for a biker bar show, or walking into a bar where music stopped and you realized really quick that you stood out. And we always had each other's backs no matter where we were. We knew we were good. And with Beast, you didn't just travel together, you stood together. But through all of that, he also taught us how to laugh. Like his legendary sense of direction, getting lost, asking a cop in his car by a cornfield that he was sleeping at the time for directions. And I was wondering if we were going to get shot at some point on that one. Or somehow ending up at the Arch when he was supposed to be somewhere halfway across town. And who could forget the magazine, an adult flavored magazine, we'll just say, keep it like that, where he was mentioned in it, and it was probably one of the only times he was ever carrying a magazine just for the article alone. He taught us how to have fun, not to be boring, how to laugh, even in locker rooms that made you mad and made you want to quit. I never forget we were signing autographs in Hannibal for one of the shows that Mark is actually helped promote. And they announced that MPW was in the sporting goods section signing autographs, and then Barbie was signing autographs in the toy goods section. Me and Beast looked at each other, got up, and we walked over to the toy section to get a picture with Barbie. And that girl was scared senseless when you see a big guy coming with a kendo stick and another guy carrying a teddy bear with him. Or the time at Casa House that all of us were laughing so hard we almost choked when he was trying to explain to Izzy some kind of weed code and everything, and Izzy just wasn't getting it. It was always a privilege to work with the Beast, because when I was with him, I always knew exactly what we were doing. He was always someone easy to work with, and he made his opponents look strong and like a star. He kept me strong under his wing. It felt like we could handle anything, and trust me, we always learned the hard way not to handcuff two big guys together in a cage and expect it to go smoothly whatsoever. And beyond the ring, he became family. He welcomed me into his, and I welcomed him into mine, despite being afraid of my mom when he was 3 days late arriving for my wedding. And he was the best man too, by the way. She loved him like family. She knew Beast, or Hubert as she called him, when she was angry. But when but he knew he would keep me safe on the road. And luckily, she never saw any of the Jerry Springer episodes that he was on. When the Beast introduced Adrian in his final match, I wasn't shocked, I was just proud, and I accepted Adrian right then and there because Beast always taught and shown everyone acceptance and lifting people up, and that's what he did in and out of the ring. But today we celebrate a legend and the bond he leaves with us that's stronger than any match. The man who teaches brotherhood and means it, whether you know him as Hubert Simpson, Little Mo D, or the man from the Sudan, you know exactly who he is. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the next inductee of the St. Louis Independent Wrestling Hall of Fame, my brother, my friend, The Beast. We're going to do this the easy way here. I think we made each other cry there, didn't we?
Yes, excuse me, as I get older, I'm becoming a big softy. When I received the call last year about being inducted, I was lost at words. I didn't think my 36-year career would be this well recognized by all my peers, the fans, some of the greatest superstar legends that I've stepped in the ring with, from the Morton family to Butch Fletcher and his wife to Herb Simmons, you name it. I've wrestled for a lot of great company. Tom Simon, he can tell you the best DDT he ever had in his wrestling career. And a lot of people thought when they see me in the locker room, this is one BAMO. And when they found out that I was the biggest teddy bear, they settled down. But when I went out there, I didn't do it for myself. I did it for the fans because, a short story, I didn't want to be a wrestler, to tell you the God honest truth. I was studying to become a priest. And every Sunday, when I would come home with my grandmother from church, she would close her room door, and I would hear her say every sailor word in the book. And I just happened to peek in, and what caught my eye was Nature Boy Ric Flair and American Dream Dusty Rhodes. And my grandmother was like, oh God, your mom and dad are gonna get me for having me watch it. And from that point on, that's when I turned over my faith. I still believe in God. I just recently got baptized. I've been reborn. It's been a hard journey. As GQ was saying, I did come out as being gay. My partner's here. He's been a big support for me. And I just want to thank him for the 5 years that we've been together. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be standing up here talking to you guys today. I was near death twice. I've come down with vertigo and congestive heart failure. But by the thank of God and Adrian and the people that love me, kept me motivated, called me every day, I thank you. And with this award, it's not for me, it's for you and it's for the fans. I busted my, excuse my language, ass to get here, and thank you guys for this induction. It really means the world to me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.